All right, yo, what's going on, guys? Frost here, and yeah, I am going to be making a modifications tier list. I would say more of an updated modifications tier list in 2025. I guess going into 2026 APB. Feel like I haven't really seen a modifications tier list except for one that was like 2 years ago from Milo that I watched a while ago. And then I remember I'm looking back on it and I was like, man, this shit's outdated because some of these modifications actually got adjusted and are a lot more viable. Some are a lot more viable and then others kind of fell under. And I figured, I guess since we're kind of in the middle of like the waiting phase for the game to kind of, I guess, update or just there's nothing really for me to do right now. And I feel like I will just make a tier list for modifications. I kind of do plan on doing a weapons tier list. It's going to be structured a little bit differently. I'm probably going to do the regular weapons first, and then in another video, legendaries, um, in some sort of fashion. Just let me know if y'all want to see that, because that's just going to take a minute. But as you can see, we have every single modification but the vehicle modifications, and that is mostly because vehicle modifications do not definitely determine your playstyle. They kind of determine the vehicle's archetype to help your playstyle. It's not a playstyle, it's just something that just mostly helps out your vehicle, or just standardly is what you would want to put on your vehicle. I guess you could say it slightly counts, but in me personally, a lot of people are just going to say that your character and your weapon modifications are a little bit more important than your vehicle modifications. So another thing, disclaimer, this is my opinion. I'm just gonna say this right now. This is simply my opinion. If you agree to disagree, just let me know in the comments what you feel about certain modifications. I'm gonna be going by this list a little bit faster because I'm not trying to spend all day on these modifications, and I made sure that I structured them to so that way you understand for each tier of modification, whether it be clouding agent 1, 2, and 3, you can it's still good and viable. And I'm just talking about the modification in general. In general. Okay. First order of business is clotting agent. Basically, clotting agent 3, it's meta. Let's be honest here. No one's gonna be wanting to sit around waiting for their regen cycle to start to get their HP. It takes too long. If you're in the middle of a fight with more than fucking 3 players, bro, you're going to need clotting agent. You need to be healing as fast as possible. We have flag jacket. In my opinion, flag jacket is average. I think it needs a buff. It's definitely something that you can use against very spammy uh explosives. The biggest issue with explosives right now is they do too much damage even with flak jacket available, and I just simply think that flak jacket just isn't doing enough most times. We gotta tune the explosives, in my opinion. They're just a little too strong, a little way too strong. They put out more pressure. You can be very aggressive or you can be passively aggressive. There's a lot of different ways you can go against it. So fragile, I would say fragile is also in the average. Believe it or not, a good fragile user would put you on your toes. But the reason why it's average is because you have more negatives than positives. Being able to run fast is not really a good positive most times, unless you just know how to use good strafing weapons. But being able to get one-shotted by an actual sniper and being a shot less to a lot of other weapons just is not worth the risk or the hassle in the middle of a very situational game like APB. It's just way too much. So Kevlar is I'm so sorry, but this shit is meta, bro. I I think Kevlar is meta because of two reasons. Being able to survive an extra shot is crazy, and being aggressive with Kevlar is so much more daunting. I understand that there's probably going to be some people that don't think that. They'll probably be like, it's great or maybe good. A good Kevlar user is a problem, especially someone that's going to be like using heavy sniper or anything like that farther away. Tagging somebody with this, like even long range, like Kevlar users, this shit is stupid good, and it needs to be adjusted. It's just I don't know. It's in a weird spot. Kevlar doesn't seem too broken, but it is broken, if that makes sense. So Car Surfer is great. I don't think it's meta. Car Surfer is great because you're able to hitch a free ride. Two, you can use weapons on top of the car, so explosives or AV is very common with Car Surfer, which is good for missions. Car Surfer, in a lot of details, you can use it for certain plays if you're going to ride on other people's cars and and blow them up. There's a lot of plays you can use with Car Surfer, so I think Car Surfer in general isn't as bad as what people say it tries to be made out to be. So Happy Landings, this is a meh. This is a meh. After Happy Landings, Happy Landings had got a buff, but I just don't think Happy Landings is good because you get more of the negative than the positive. You take less damage on fall, but you brace quicker. So the less that you fall down from a surface, the more you start to prepare for that impact. And the brace for impact, honestly, is going to get you killed a lot of times than the damage itself that you get from jumping from a high place. I don't think Happy Landings a lot of times is worth it. I'm just going to let that be known. I would rather die knowing that I'm too low HP, or that's just, it is what it is. It's just too much of a throwaway. So, Hard Landing. Hard Landing, to me, is meta. It's good because you get two benefits. A, you don't get the brace for landing, so you no matter what can fall from virtually any height and do not ever have to worry about the brace for impact animation. And the second thing is you do more damage landing on someone the higher you are. And I get that that's kind of a niche thing, but it kind of works out if you have the ability. You can kind of use it if someone's like on a ladder, kind of jump, do damage, and then shoot them. There's a lot of uses for hard landing. I do think it's meta. Valzipram tablets. Oh man, this is average. They buffed this. I mean, they nerfed Valzipram. Pre-nerf, it was pretty good. I would put it in good at pre-nerf, but post-nerf, Valzipram basically got a 25% reduction to the ability of its stoppage of, what is it, top speed vehicles. Cars have an incremental time frame for whenever they hit top speed, and that nerf honestly makes it to where, sure, a lot of times Valzy would help, but this now literally means any car can pretty much run you over getting closer to top speed. And I just think Valzy is a throwaway. It's just not more of a modification you need. It's not good, in my opinion. It's okay. If you want to use it, it's okay. But its use, it's not good. Field Supplier, S tier. Being able to switch your weapon on the fly, get ammo, and grenades is S tier. Sure, you're a sitting duck, but if you're behind cover, you're going to survive nonetheless. And like I said, switching weapons, being able to acclimate to every situation in APB goes a lot more longer than you ever think. Blowtorch. Blowtorch is a great. I don't think it's meta. I'll lie. This is higher than Car Surfer. This technically can fall in the meta. A good support player that runs Blowtorch in situational missions that can repair cars. This shit is a lifesaver, and I'm just gonna let that be known. Blowtorch is nothing to really be shy about if you use it. It's not a waste. I do think some people should be using Blowtorch. It's really nice. So Radar Jammer for me is a I don't really see a lot of people use it, and when people use it, I automatically know they're in the area. And if they're not in the area, I could see them. I don't think it's bad because the sudden surprise of losing your radar, you technically just know one person's there, but not the rest of the team. I do think that this is a good mod, but it can give you away a lot of times, especially if you're someone that's holding angle by yourself. If you're a solo like angle holder or something like that, this won't benefit you as much because people will expect you, see you coming, sure. But being able to negate the idea of negating someone's radar in nearby positions, not bad. So remote detonator is for those players. This is technically for vehicle players, but technically this is a character modification, so I have to grade it. It's good. I have to be that person, but I hate dying to this thing. And if someone knows how to set shit up, bro, they get to pull off some crazy plays and some crazy saves with this. It's good, but I don't think it's any great. It's just a button you press, funny button, basically. It's just what it is. Spotter. Now, Spotter is good. It can be very great if you get multiple tags, but I think it's good. If you're a unique player, if you're someone that's a passive player that wants to just mark people, maybe you're coming into a rotation, you need to mark, a bunch of players that come in, or maybe you're defending an objective, and using this is a lot more passively better than Tagger most times, but it's just the fact that it takes forever to get. but a lot of times it does save you in the long run and can save you a push and gets you a good free reset. It's good. I don't think it's bad. That's all the character modifications, if see as you will. And we're gonna start with the weapon modifications. Hunting sight. I mean, it's S here. You're gonna see this common with a lot of range weapons, and range is mostly the name of the game when it comes to APB. And so you will see hunting sight a lot more than something like reflex, which I'm going to talk about now. Reflex is great. It is meta. I'm not gonna lie, it is pretty meta. But it's very niche. And it's mostly because it's used on SMGs, certain rifles that are just known for closer range, but that's morbidly it. It's kind of only used as an alternative. It has other uses. You can use reflex 1 for a pseudo hybrid hunting sight. Same thing with hunting sight, but I don't think reflex is meta. Like in the span of missions. Sure, maybe Fight Club, but that's what I mean. Like, just in general, you will see more hunting sight than reflex, if that makes sense. And oddly enough, a lot of people that use SNGs don't run reflex most times because they will like the ADS sometimes with them. High mag, bro, high mag scope. Oh my god, it's mad. This is only used for like snipers, and getting more zoom is okay, but losing all ability to see around you is definitely a thing to be said. I will say something though, and this is going to sound controversial, but I think high max scope should be the default scope for snipers. Period. I think the ability to have a sniper in third person perspective is the dumbest thing ever. I think high max should, no matter what, be the norm. Like that should have already been a thing. That gets people tunnel vision more, and it makes sniping a lot more of a skill gap around into accurate precision play rather than point and click, because technically this game is mostly point and click. But in general, high max, you're not gonna see people use this shit. You're not gonna see people use this shit. Bandolier, I think bandolier is, I think bandolier is average. I'm gonna put it high average though. Like, I'm gonna put it even above flak jacket. Bandolier, you get more ammo. It takes forever to get the ammo though on recharge, but a lot of weapons already have good base ammo, and adding bandolier kind of is, it's only useful for a weapon that needs it. Cough cough, the Cobra. And a lot of times you're dying in the game. If you're not dying, that's good, but you're not gonna be running bandolier is what I'm saying. Like, you're gonna be using field just to get your ammo back. It's no biggie. I'm not gonna put it in the mech because it does have good use, but I don't think its usage rate is high, is what I mean. So that's just what we're just gonna get out the way. I think bandolier is okay at best. Extended mag is actually pretty good. Hell, I would even put it in A tier. I do think extended mag is very underrated because you have the opportunity to have more in a mag, which gets you more kills. The reload is a bit punishing, but a lot of times, like, that's not the main worry. I do think extended mag is great. I don't think it deserves a B tier because of outside use. It would make SMGs very viable. It could even make ARs viable. It makes LMGs even more viable. That's just what I feel for extended mag. And I generally think that it has a little bit more use, but you probably won't see it as often, you know. So, magazine pool, magazine pool is really good. You get a very quick reload, but you don't get a lot of ammo. So you have to be a very accurate player. So this is a very niche modification. It's not bad. It's very good, actually. But I cannot put it in great. I cannot, because it's very niche for certain weapons. right? And I don't think I will put it in high good. I will put it in high good going into great. I think magazine pull is good and is 100% a good use mod. Very good use mod. But as far as like these go, and like I said, the ones that we're about to get to, it's just, yeah. Mobility sling actually is good because it doesn't have its negative anymore. They took out its negative, which was very pointless. It's good, but it's not anything crazy because it's not that it's only a noticeable addition. Oh my god, it's only a noticeable difference when there's a weapon that has high marksmanship strafing speed. That is where this thing shines. It can make good. It can make rifles seem really good, and like I said, it's pretty good. It's a good modification. Needless to say, I mean, 3-point sling. Come on, guys. Come on, guys. We don't even need to talk. Switching weapons quicker is good for gunfights. You will see this a lot. You will see this a lot, okay? You will see that a lot. It's very good. Nothing else I can really say about it. It has no downside, literally. It has no downside. Tagger, I think Tagger is average because Tagger takes up a slot, but you get good support. So this is a very good high niche. It's a very good high niche modification as a support. I don't think Tagger is bad, but you will not see a lot of people use it. It's common sometimes with snipers. But if we're talking about Tagger with like in general, like I'm not gonna include firework launcher and flare gun because that's a weapon that has its own. Like I said, that's different. We're just talking about the modification in general. It's average. You can run it. It's not bad. It's good for support. So, cooling jacket. Cooling jacket is great, honestly. Very good. Very, very, very good. Can make rifles very crazy. SMGs even more broken. I mean, this alone will save you on the SMG run. I think it's great. I would count it as meta, but it has a very niche, vulnerable use. But I do think this is probably one of the most could be one of the most universal reds you would see when it comes to modifications in general. This is the most universal red in my opinion. So heavy barrel, I think heavy barrel is good, a high good, especially now that it has they buffed it so that way it doesn't take off as much damage. But the reason why I have to put this in good is because it will lose its range. It loses damage range value. Now, it's not a bad thing if you have a weapon that has good range. I highly request people use heavy barrel on some weapons. Not really heavy barrel 3. Use heavy barrel 2. Maybe heavy barrel 1. Heavy barrel 3 is mostly for the LMGs. Mostly. So heavy barrel 2 and 1 mostly you're going to be using, but not really 3. That's why I have it in good, because all 3, you're not really be using heavy barrel 3. So technically you only have 2 versions that you're going to be using. But I do think heavy barrel is very, 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 very good. Long range rifling, this is a very hard one to grade because this is a very controversial mod. I know a lot of people won't really see that, but I think it's controversial because there's so many more different uses for it that it becomes very good with certain weapons and it makes it shine, and you get so much of the bonus added range with damage value. It's nuts. Oh man, I have to put this in meta. I have to. I'm gonna have to put this in meta because of how much consistency of good it does. The only real downside is the fire rate nerf, which a lot of times doesn't affect the weapon's parameters, TTK parameters. Most times, most weapons at least. There are some that, yes, you wouldn't really want to use it, but you get so much more added bonus. You are able to shoot so much more farther. Like it makes Intex, it makes fucking Obeya scary. Bro, this mod alone shifted what I have ever thought. Which, like I said, I'll get into this motherfucker in a little bit. It makes range play so much more dangerous around this. Now, close range, obviously, it's not gonna work. It's not gonna work out. But a lot of times you're not going to be focused on close range. I'm just talking about just in general. This is meta. I think personally, this is 100% meta. And I'm going to get into it in a little bit. But for both the muzzle brakes, I'm going to have them in... I'm going to have the vertical one in good and horizontal and average, because horizontal recoil in this game isn't really that crazy. It's mostly the vertical that you really want to pay attention to, and I think vertical might have the worst downside, but it's still, you still get the better plus side. And now we are on the last modification, which is IR, improved rifling. Man, I have to put this in A tier. This is, man, it conflicts me to say that because I actually love this mod. The downside of having your crosshair expanded per click, or just for in fire with recoil, compared to long range rifling, that is a serious downside because you have to pace your shots. A good player can make this meta. I think this is meta. I'm just gonna let it be known. I think IR is meta, but because you get more range, added, and you don't get the downside of what IR and improved rifling does. The long range rifling is much more better in range fights than improved rifling. Now, I do think improved rifling has good uses. I usually use improved rifling too most times, so I don't get the expanded crosshair as much. And you keep your fire rate, but a lot of times, like I said, this becomes a whole gambling thing where you're just kind of shooting on target, and most times if it, like, you don't see a lot of that with this. You see a lot of that with this. So, and yeah, that is going to be the modification tier list. This is the final end result of what I think is pretty much viable in current day APB. And probably whenever the new update comes out and those modifications come out, I'll probably just do like a separate thing and put them in their own tiers and whatnot. But this is the modifications. That's gonna be all. Maybe weapon tier list. Let me know, like the video or some stuff or some shit. I don't fucking care what you do. Anyways, thank you all for watching. As always, peace.